Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be trying out some things from the brand Beauty Bakerie. So I do have their Cake Mix Foundation. I have 3 shades of this. I have their Cake Face Concealer. I have a sponge. And then I also have their baking flour, which is so cute, and then their loose highlighter, which is their icing. So if you would like to see a review and a 10-hour wear test on all these products, please keep watching. So the only thing I know for sure about this foundation is that it is matte. So I'm going to go ahead and prep my skin right now, and then I'm going to read you guys some information about the foundation. So I'm going to go in first with my e.l.f. Illuminating Primer Mist. Next, I'm going to go on top of that with my Laura Geller Spackle Hydrating Primer. So what I thought was cool about ordering from Beauty Bakerie, I ordered straight from their website, but you can buy these products on Ulta.com as well. But I thought it was cool because when I picked out my shade in the Cake Mix Foundation, they sent me another one that is like 2 shades lighter or darker. I can't remember. Let's see. 31 and 59. And then what's this? 29. So I'm pretty sure I ordered the shade 31 and then they sent the shade 29 or vice versa. I can't remember. So I can't remember if I actually ordered the shade 29 and then they sent the shade 31, but they did send whichever one, a couple shades lighter or darker. Their shade range is different. Like normally shade ranges go from like lightest to darkest, but this one goes from darkest to lightest. So it was confusing to me at first. But when they did send it, this one right here had kind of exploded everywhere, so I took a picture of it, I sent it to them, and then they let me pick out a different shade. So I picked out the shade 59, I believe. So that's the shade right here. So I do have 3 shades, but I only had to pay for 1. So I thought that was awesome. I didn't even know that they did that. So that is like super cool. And then they also threw in their sponge for free as well. Like I didn't have to pay for this. It's like their little egg beauty blender. So talk about like a good first impression, let me tell you. So since I do have all 3 of these shades, I just wanted to show you the packaging of this foundation first. So I think hands down, this is the cutest idea foundation packaging I have ever seen in my entire life. So this is what the front part looks like. It just says that it's a Cake Mix Demi Matte Foundation. It says Oven Fresh estimated 2011, and then it just looks like a box of Cake Mix. I think it's so cute. On the side right here, it just says our Cake Mix Foundation is a medium to full coverage Demi Matte Foundation infused with vitamin E, oil-free and lightweight. Cake Mix Foundation lets you bake your cake without eating it too. Get a smudge-free baked beat with a Wake and Bake Face Oil Prep Cake Mix Foundation and a dash of flour setting powder. Time to bake. Like, they put so much time into this. I love it. So then on the back, it has directions on how to apply. So it says number 1, well up here has the ingredients that you need, which is their baking oil, the flour, the blending egg, and the bakeware, which is their brush. So cute. So then it says prep. Before you cake, you wake and bake. Prep your cake by massaging 1 to 3 drops of Wake and Bake face oil onto clean skin. Give it a minute or 2 to absorb, then get into mixing. Mix. Now it's time for the main course. Give it a shake before you cake. Apply a few drops of Cake Mix Foundation to the center of your face and blend outwards. Gently tap in the foundation, stippling, not rubbing, to avoid not so sweet streaks. And then number 3, it says bake. Set yourself up for success with our flour setting powder that locks your foundation in place for an ultra matte finish. Bake for a minute by pressing flour into skin with blending egg, then sweep off with a fluffy brush. And voila. So fresh, so long, fine lines, hello gorgeous cake face. And then on this side right here it says the nutrition facts. It says 1 sweetie per serving, 100% vegan, 0 calories, 0 gluten, 0 parabens, vitamin E, smudge proof, and then it has all the ingredients. Like, so cute. So then you just pull out the bottom and that's your foundation. I'm definitely keeping one of these boxes because like I can't, they're just so cute. Oh yeah, and I also forgot that when you open it, there's a little mirror right there so you can see yourself, and it says who's the sweetest of them all, and then you can see the foundation in here that I already took out. So these are the 3 shades that I have right here. This is shade 59, which is the lightest. The one in the middle is shade 31. And then we have the shade 29, So these are the shades right here. It's a nice glass frosted bottle. I really like this. And this foundation does have a pump, which is amazing. So I just went ahead and went over to their website so I can read some information. So on their website, you can do a shade comparison. They also have a button to push to find your perfect shade. Best for those with oily skin. If you have dry skin, please use your Wake and Bake oil to prep, which I don't, but I did use a different kind of oil this morning when I was doing my skincare routine, so hopefully that helps. It says the Cake Mix Demi Matte Foundation serves up medium to full coverage for smudge-proof skin smoothing finish, creamy, lightweight so it won't clog your pores. Cake Mix Demi Matte Foundations infused with vitamin E to protect your skin and keep you looking sweet. Cake Mix comes in 30 vegan and paraben-free shades, so don't be afraid to mix up your daily recipe and cake it on for a full baked beat. I've heard so many mixed reviews on this foundation, so I really don't know like what to expect. And this foundation is rated 4.5 stars out of 1,700 reviews, and it also retails for $28. But like I said, they did send one for free and then one was broken. But I think in most cases, if yours isn't splattered all over the place, then you would just buy one, get one free, and then the free egg thing as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and just give these a quick shake, and then I wanna swatch all of them and see. Ooh, the palest one, which is the shade 59, looks, the consistency is like way different than the other ones. So the card in here says, we know finding the perfect foundation shade online can be tricky, so to make the experience a little sweeter for your first foundation order, we're also gifting you the next closest match to your shade and a blending egg to help you get that perfect baked beat. Why? Because we love our sweets and you trusted us to help you make the decision. All of us at Beauty Bakerie spent countless hours cooking up the perfect mix for you, and now it's time for you to enjoy. If you love them both, they're yours to keep. If you don't need one of them, sweeten the life of someone you love by gifting the shade that doesn't work for you. If neither shade works for you, send both back for a refund of your original purchase. So here are the shades. I think I'm gonna go in with the middle shade right here, which is shade 29. So we have shade 31, 29, and 59. I think this shade right here, which is 31, is just a little bit too of like a yellow undertone. This one to me looks more like a neutral undertone that's gonna match my tan perfectly, and then obviously like this one's way too light for me right now. And then I do plan on trying out their sponge as well, and a brush on the other side, but if I didn't like the sponge because it feels like a little dense, I already went ahead and got it damp. I do like that it's like super pointed, but it is a little dense, so we're gonna see. So let's go ahead and try this out. So I'm just gonna do 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and it is pretty liquidy. And then we'll do this side. I think the shade match is gonna be perfect. This, it does smell like paint though. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this sponge. I think since it is so dense, it would be way better to use with the baking powder, like not really to apply the foundation. It's just like really hard feeling. And it looks like it's taking a lot of product too. So I think I'm gonna put this to the side, and I'm gonna use my Sonia Kashuk sponge. I mean, so far I like it. It feels really lightweight, but I watched a few tutorials of people trying this out like a while ago, and they said that it just started to cake throughout the day, so that's what I'm hoping won't happen to me. But for the most part, when everybody loves one thing, it never works for me. And then when everybody complains about something, it works for me. So that's just how my luck runs. I think I'm gonna do 1 more pump. So that's 3 pumps total. I just wanna build this up and see if we can get, I don't necessarily need full coverage, but I would like to get a medium coverage out of this. Doesn't seem like it's layering very well, and it's definitely oxidizing, so it's going on lighter and it's getting darker. I think you can see, like you can see right where I just applied that, but then the rest of my face where I had time to dry down is a little darker. So I still have some left on the back of my hand, but I don't need any more. So I just want to look up close and see what's going on. I think I should have stayed with just 2 pumps because I think me adding that third is starting to get a little, it's definitely going matte, but I feel like it's starting to look thick on my skin. Like it doesn't feel heavy, but it looks heavy. So I think I should have just used 2 pumps. It is going into these pores right here. Yikes. Oh, it's doing exactly what people said it was. So it's starting to cake right there and right here, but I mean everywhere else it looks okay. So I'm gonna do 2 pumps again on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna blend that in with my Morphe G36. It's crazy how much this oxidizes. You guys can see, like here is a part that's already dried, and then that's the new stuff. I've never had a foundation. I've never tried a foundation that oxidized this much before. It's crazy. So let's see what this looks like with a brush. Trying to build up this foundation is not working. So I think you need to use as many pumps as you think that you're gonna need all at one time, because trying to layer it is just not happening. It gets like super thick and hard to blend almost immediately with the brush. Yeah, I'm having a really hard time. It's like, I feel like it's getting everywhere. I'm just gonna look up close and see what it looks like with the brush. Oh, what the heck? I'm gonna zoom in right here, and I hope you can see this right here, but it's like completely caked right there. Let's see if I can get that out with a sponge. Okay, so it did blend out with a sponge, so I think applying this foundation with a brush is not a good idea. Ooh, and it like caked underneath my eye. What a weird formula. It really is doing exactly what I saw somebody talk about on YouTube, where they said it just like caked in like really weird places and wouldn't blend out. Like it's totally doing that, and it's like, for it being a demi matte, this is matte. So for my dry skin, oh, you can see all my little hairs right here. Apparently I need to shave my face. It's super matte. I mean, I like the shade. I think it matches my body really nice, but applying this with a brush is a no-go for me. You have to work really fast because it oxidizes and it does not layer. So like I said, I think if I was going to wear this again, which I don't know, I would have to apply 2 pumps and work very quickly, because this dried down like, oh my gosh, it's like caking around my eyes and stuff. Well, I was hoping that this foundation would work out because I have 3 bottles of it, but so far I'm kind of scared. Let's try out the Cake Face Concealer. I have the shade Don't Give a Frappe. It says this creamy full coverage liquid concealer is built with a waterproof formula and matte finish. Oh god. Providing all day wear, perfect for covering imperfections and evening skin tone. Choose a shade lighter than your complexion. Apply directly to clean skin with applicator wand. Blend quickly for a smooth and even application. Top with flour setting powder to bake your cake face. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, or this is your first foundation first impression that you've seen of mine, my skin is dry. I can never do a matte foundation with a matte concealer. It just does not work for me. So typically I'll do a matte foundation with a dewy or luminous concealer, and then I'll do a dewy luminous foundation with a matte concealer. Like that's how I get those things to work for me. But matte and matte never works, so this is gonna be interesting. It's starting to feel like tight on my skin too. It's crazy that it says demi matte, and this is like probably one of the mattest foundations I've ever tried. So I like the packaging. I think it's really cute. It just says Cake Face Concealer. So it looks like I have the second to lightest shade, which is not very light. This retails for $24. This shade alone has 4.5 stars out of 96 reviews. It says, we've had all those days where you don't give a frappe. For the days that you do and for the days that you don't, light Don't Give a Frappe concealer does a job better than coffee to wake up your face with warm undertones and a color correcting full coverage formula. With 8 shades specially brewed for full matte coverage, Cake Face Concealer is the perfect skin pick-me-up for hiding blemishes, spots, or scars, cover up old acne scars or hyperpigmentation, and drink in the smooth look of spot concealer for all skin types and tones. Keep your skin looking bright whether or not you skipped your daily dose of caffeine, so feel free to cake on. I have a feeling it's gonna look so bad on me. So it is kind of like a flat, kind of curved doe foot, so I'm gonna do one eye at a time. Wow, this dries really fast. Oh my goodness. So not only is the foundation the fastest drying foundation I've ever tried, but so is the concealer. I wonder if that means I won't have to set it. I mean, that would be cool. I'm just gonna kind of go over it with my sponge. Oh my god, I can't get over how fast that dried. This might be like a good concealer for an eyeshadow base because it does dry so fast. But for a face concealer with a matte foundation already underneath is like too much for me. I don't think it looks bad so far. I'm gonna highlight the rest of my face. So I have to work fast. Oh my gosh, it already dried on my nose. Great. It already dried like all on my nose. That was so fast. Right here where the foundation was already caking up with the concealer on top of it just made it like look even worse. I could see all these pores I didn't even know I had. But this side looks okay. Underneath my eyes looks okay. It is starting to cake like right here. It's caking right here. It's actually like, it's like it's turning like a different color. Like there's like a dark spot right here. I think it's the foundation. What a weird foundation. Oh my god, I can't get over this. Let's see if I can kind of blend that out. But I think the foundation is like ruining the concealer. At this point, I'd be more likely to try the concealer again than I would the foundation, but right here it's like dark and there's a bunch of pores like popping through, and I'm supposed to bake next. I don't know if my skin can handle anymore. So moving on to the Beauty Bakerie flour, the packaging again is so freaking cute. This is what the inside looks like. So this little guy was in here. So this just says Better Not Bitter flour, setting powder. Then on the side it just says ice cream, you scream, we all scream for brownies, gelato, lip whip, and ice cream and other sweets. The back just says for a natural looking baked beet, try lightweight matte flour setting powder, great for setting makeup or baking, of course. So it says baking tips, our flour can be applied two ways. The first way is using a brush. You can lightly dust your entire face for a full matte look, or two, with a gentle pressure, use a makeup sponge to apply flour to your T-zone to absorb excess oil. Well, I already don't have a lot of oil because I have dry skin, so I think we're just gonna put it lightly on with a brush. And then it has the nutrition facts on the side. It says 100% vegan and lightweight, yes, mattifying, yes. So I have the shade translucent and you get 21 grams. So this is what this looks like. So I obviously don't feel like I need to set my face. It dried down a lot. Actually, I think I could get away without setting it, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So if I'm reading this right, I have the shade Oat, which is the translucent shade. This is rated 5 stars out of 1,200 reviews and it retails for $24. It says our finely milled gluten-free vegan oat translucent powder setting powder allows you to set your concealer and foundation in place for a long day's wear. This amazing colorless formula puts the oily face battle to rest with an HD feature. It will noticeably blur your pores and soften your complexion, leaving you with a beautiful matte finish, which I don't ever have like a pore problem, but now I do, so we'll see if this fixes that. And this comes in 7 different shades. So I think I'm just going to apply it with a powder brush first. Oh my gosh, so much comes out of those little holes. they're not even little holes. So let's go ahead and apply this. I'm going to use my Morphe E41. I definitely don't need to set my skin, that's for sure, but we're doing it anyways. I'm about to be so matte, oh my god. I'm curious if this is going to change the color of the foundation. I'm just being kind of messy with it, and then I'll go through and dust off the excess. I almost feel like at this point in time, this foundation, concealer, and powder combination might even be too matte for like oily skin. I don't know. So I'm just gonna look up close again and see. I want to touch some of this and see what it feels like. Ooh, it feels really buttery, like creamy buttery. So far my skin looks okay. It's my under eyes I'm worried about setting. I'm gonna switch to this Morphe M536 to set my under eye, which might be a mistake because I'm so matte, but I'm gonna try it anyways. So I'm just gonna make sure I don't have any creases, which I have a little bit of cakiness under there, but it didn't crease. So that's nice. Oh my gosh, it looks so bad right here. I'm going to take my stippling brush. I'm just going to kind of sweep all over my face, make sure I don't have any excess powder. Definitely got stuck in my eyebrow though. I really hope that you guys can see the areas that are like kind of like the color is different and how it kind of caked. So right here, there's like a dark spot, I think, from where I tried to build up the foundation. And then right here, there's a dark spot. I think that's what happened there too. I mean, other than that, like, I like the look of my cheeks. I think it looks really nice there. It's just like the center of my face is a little too much. So the only thing I have left to try from Beauty Bakerie is actually the loose highlighter. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here and apply some bronzer, blush, my brows, maybe a little bit of eyeshadow, we'll see. And then I'll come back and we'll apply that. But I'm gonna go ahead and make the call time 1:45. It's 1:48 right now. So I will see you guys here in a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys everything that's on my face. My eyes are watering so bad right now. I've already had to like touch up this outer corner right here like so many times, like it's not gonna stay, like it's crazy. Anyways, for bronzer, I went ahead and used my Guerlain Terracotta bronzer in the shade, I think it's 02 Natural for blondes. And then just to add a little bit more of like a contour on the outer perimeter of my face, I used my L'Oreal Glam Bronze in the shade 03 Deep. For eyes, I used my Profusion Infatuation palette. I just took Personal, Devoted, Outspoken, and Bouncy, these matte shades, and I just put them on the lid and then on my lower lash line. And then I added the shade Rush, just like on my lid. It's like a glitter shade. And the shade Halo for my inner corner highlight. For blush, I used MAC Melba. So I don't plan on wearing any false lashes today because my eyes are watering so bad. So I just used my Maybelline Lash Sensational and Waterproof. I like to use this when I don't want to wear lashes because it really like lifts my lashes and keeps them up there. Then I ran a little bit of MAC Costa Riche in my waterline, and I also tightlined with this. For lips, I used my LA Girl Ultimate Lip Liner in the shade Nonstop Nude, and then I went on top of it with one of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas. This is from Milani, and this is the Amore Matte Lip Cream, and it's in the shade 29 Sweetie. These two are like identical, like the lip liner and the liquid lipstick, so they look really nice. For brows, I did notice this has never happened to me before, so I don't know if it's because I got foundation or powder in my brows, but like I said, this has never happened to me. But when I try to go in with my Anastasia Dip Brow, it like would not go on. So I don't know if it was like a combination of the foundation, concealer, and powder like getting all up in my brows, but I've never had that problem before, and I applied it the same way I apply any foundation, but it would not go, and it was just like tugging and stuff. So my brows aren't the best today. And then I just filled them in with my Kat Von D Brow Struck in the shade Blonde. And then I set them with the Essence Make Me Brow in the shade Blondie Brows. So I haven't quite decided if I should set my face or not because I'm like so matte. I don't even know if that's a good idea at this point. So I don't know. I don't think I should. I think if anything, maybe like when I do the 4-hour check-in, I'll spritz a little bit of this NYX Bear With Me refresh spray, but like right now I think I'm just gonna leave it because I definitely need to make sure this mascara is like 100% dry as well. So let's go ahead and apply the highlighter. This is the Beauty Bakerie Illuminator So Icy. So it just looks like an ice cream container. So freaking cute. Our light diffusing highlighting illuminator imparts an iridescent glow to any part of the body. Baking tip, lightly dust on your cheeks or brow and glow. So this is what it looks like when you open it up. You know, I thought the packaging was really cute, but now I'm thinking maybe this isn't going to be the best. There are like 5 little holes in there. I don't know if you could see it. The cap says tap top, open slowly. So the only thing on their website says they just have the minis available, and I don't think this is a mini, but this is in the shade Iced. It retails for $16, so I'm not sure what the full price is. I'm gonna check Ulta after this. It has 4.5 stars out of 9 reviews. It says one of our most popular flavors of the So Iced Mini Illuminator. Iced is for the sweets that are dying for luminous white highlight. With light reflecting hints of color that complement every skin tone, your cheeks will get that snow glow from iridescent crushed pearl highlight. So I'm gonna check Ulta real quick. Yeah, so it says that it's a mini one on Ulta too, so maybe it is the mini one, but there's 3 different shades. So when I purchased the highlighter and the baking powder, I got those from the store at some mall in San Diego, and then everything else, like the concealer and the foundation, I ordered online. So this is the shade right there. Okay, it says I got the shade Iced, but this is definitely not a white highlight, so I'm a little confused. What's going on? I'm gonna take my Smashbox fan brush. Yeah, this is not white, this is gold. Let's see. Oh wow, that is super pigmented, but it's also really pretty. I'm actually glad that it's not the white shade that it said it was, because I think that would have been too much for the tan that I have right now. A little bit goes a long way, but that is really pretty. I'm just gonna kind of apply this everywhere so I don't look so matte. This is a really pretty highlighter. This is like the first thing that I've tried so far that I'm like, wow, I love it. So now that I'm officially done trying out everything that I purchased from Beauty Bakerie, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here, and I'm gonna do another check-in here in about 4 hours and let you guys know how it's holding up. I do feel extremely matte, but that could be a good thing. We'll see, but I'm super excited to see where I'm at in the 4 hours, if I'm gonna get any cakier, if it's gonna turn colors everywhere. Like, I don't know, I guess we'll see, but that highlighter is gorgeous. Gorgeous. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here, and I will see you guys back here again for my first check-in. Hey guys, so I'm back with my first check-in. It is 5:58. So I've had this foundation on for a little bit, foundation and concealer and powder and highlighter on for a little bit more than 4 hours. I figured we could take a look. I'm assuming that I'm still gonna be like super matte because this foundation is super matte, but I don't hate it. I thought I was going to hate it, but I only have 2 areas that I still don't like, which is this right here and this right here, but everywhere else I really like. So I'm not opposed to wearing this foundation again, which I thought I would be. I'll go ahead and zoom you guys in so you can see. It looks really good. Yeah, everywhere looks really good except for like the areas where I put too much foundation. They're like a different color than the rest of my face. And then this right here, I had too much foundation as well, and you can like see some pores. But I did eat, and it didn't cake around my mouth, it didn't cake around my nose. It did cake up on my nose a little bit, which that happens to me with some dewy luminous foundations as well. It's not just matte, but if I put too much product on my nose, it'll cake, and it definitely did that like right here, but it doesn't look horrible. This looks good around my nose except for this. This looks so bad. Chin looks good. So I'm just gonna spray my face with a little bit of this like NYX Bear With Me Refresh. Since I didn't set my face earlier, I wanna just see what happens if I use this. I feel like that definitely added a little bit of glow, unless it's gonna dry down and then it'll go away. Let me see. I'm just gonna use my sponge from earlier and just kind of pat that in. You guys, I really did not think I was gonna like this foundation. I definitely don't think I'm going to wear the foundation with the concealer again. I think I'm gonna have to use them like separate. I don't think I can, I don't think my face can hold up, especially when it starts getting colder. There's just no way that my face is gonna hold up with super matte foundation and super matte concealer. But I think I do like them separately. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here and I'll see you guys back here again with my 8-hour check-in. Hey guys, so I'm back for my 8-hour check-in. It is 9:45 right now. We actually tried to go for a walk and I haven't been for a walk in like 2 weeks, and I'm 34 weeks pregnant right now. And oh my god, normally I could make it for like a whole hour, and this time I think I walked for maybe like 20 minutes and had to take like 3 breaks. Like, oh my goodness. Anyways, so what I thought was interesting is something got stuck in my throat and I started coughing like so much to where I was like crying, which I was like, oh no, I messed up my foundation or whatever, but I actually didn't. Like, there was a streak, and the second that it dried, it just like went away. So I thought I would throw that in there. So I just wanted to show you guys up close what this foundation and concealer and powder looks like after 8 hours of wear. I think my cheeks still look really nice. I think once I sprayed this NYX stuff, it made my forehead oily. So I think had I never have done that, I would have been fine. So I am gonna powder just a little bit. Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and use the flour from Beauty Bakerie that we used earlier. Normally I would use a pressed powder, but we might as well just go ahead and use this. So I'm just gonna take what's in the lid and just press that in. And I pretty much cried off all my eyeshadow and mascara right here on my lower lash line because I was coughing so much. So this is what my skin looks like after 8 hours of wear. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump off here and I'll see you guys again in 2 hours for my final check-in. Hey guys, so I'm back for my final check-in. It's 11:50. So I've had this foundation on for 10 hours and it still looks really good after I powdered and stuff. It's been 2 hours since I powdered and everything looks really good. Like I said, I don't think I would have had to powder had I not sprayed my face with that NYX Refresh spray. So I figured I would just go over all the products that we tried and let you guys know my final thoughts. We have the Cake Mix Foundation, and like I told you guys, if I was being 100% honest, I did not think I was gonna like this, because all the reviews that I watched on YouTube were not good. So I didn't really have high hopes and I did struggle with it, as you guys saw during the application, where if I tried to layer it, it started to turn like a different color and get really cakey. But I feel like since I know I can do my whole face in about 2 pumps using a sponge, then I think if I just applied it all at one time and I worked very quickly, I wouldn't have that problem. So I typically like my foundation to be low medium coverage, and then I like a full coverage concealer. That's how I prefer to wear my base. But if you wanted full coverage for this foundation, I think you'd have to go in with like 4 pumps, maybe even 5, but you'd have to do it all at once because this foundation just does not layer. And I also noticed people complaining about that as well, like how it would cake up in certain spots or turn different colors. Another thing about this foundation that I thought was like a little odd is I don't think I've ever noticed a foundation oxidize as much as this. Like, if any of the foundations that I've tried out in the past have oxidized, I didn't even notice, I guess is what I'm saying. This, I feel like, turned like 2 or 3 shades darker than what it was originally, which is crazy. And the fact that it dries like so fast is like crazy to me too. And it says it's a demi matte foundation. To me, that means it's, I don't know, what does demi-matte exactly mean? Because in my mind, I feel like demi-matte means like half matte, half satin possibly, but this is like full on matte on my skin. And I used extra moisturizer this morning. I used a serum. I used 2 hydrating primers, and it was still like on my dry skin, but it doesn't look bad, which is crazy. Like, I feel like a lot of people are not going to agree with me when this video goes up because they had bad experiences. If you can get a sample of this at Sephora, I highly recommend you doing that first. Or if there is a beauty bakery like near you, you can just pop in there and get a sample. Or you can also buy it online and return it and get a full refund is what it said. So I would definitely do that first, but I did not think this was going to work for my dry skin, and I actually like it. I think I'm going to wear it again tomorrow just to like test it out some more. So that's my thoughts on the foundation. And then, so the 2 darker shades that I have, which are 31 and 29, I thought they swatched really nice, but when I showed you guys the swatch of the lighter one, which I think is the shade 59. So the shade 59 was like really runny, and the formula did not seem like it was the same as the darker one, so that was a little weird. I am gonna try this again when I lose this tan. I'm gonna try like the lighter one because like right now I can't. So that's my thought on the foundation. Then we have the sponge. Did not like the sponge at all. I'm glad that I did not pay for this. They just gave it to me for free, so that was cool. But I thought it was really good to bake because I did bake underneath my bronzer, and this being so pointy and it being dense like really helps get that powder like on there. So I think this would be really good for baking. I don't bake because, well, okay, I bake underneath here because my skin can handle it there, but I don't bake my under eyes or my concealer areas because my skin is dry. But I think that if you do bake with loose powder, you would really like this sponge, but I don't know if you'd want to buy a sponge just for that. So then we have the Cake Face Concealer. Again, this dried, one eye dried in like 5 seconds, which is like mind-blowing. I will never wear the 2 together again. Like, this foundation with the concealer is just too matte on my skin, too drying, too whatever. So I'll never pair these together again for me, but I will wear them separately. I think this would be a really good eyeshadow base because it does dry really fast and it didn't crease, which is crazy. Like, I'm excited to try this out with like a dewy luminous foundation. Maybe that will help it not dry as fast. I don't know. We'll see. But I do really like this, just not with this foundation. So then we have the Flower, which I have the translucent again. And I actually like this powder. It's not too bad. Like, I really like it. I think I prefer to use this to set my whole face and not necessarily underneath my eyes. I feel like it's a little too heavy to set underneath my eyes. I think that's why I started to like cake up a little bit. But I really like this to set my whole face, and I definitely think it was translucent. I don't think it lightened up the foundation at all. Like, maybe it did. I won't know till I go back to edit this video. I don't think that it did. And some translucent powders lighten my foundation, which I don't like, but I don't think this did. So I actually like this too, and I feel like you get a lot of product. My favorite thing from this video is definitely the So Icy Illuminator. This is gorgeous. Again, this is in the shade Iced. Like, this is gorgeous. This is my favorite thing. The packaging, I don't care for the packaging. Like, I think it's cute and everything, but like, you're not going to be traveling with this. So I don't know. If you don't travel a lot, then I mean, it's fine. But it's like big and bulky, and it's just kind of like annoying, I guess, the packaging. But the product is really good, and I think this would be so pretty like across here as well, like a body illuminator. So I really like this. So that's everything for this testing out the Beauty Bakerie Cake Mix Foundation, the Cake Face Concealer, the Baking Flour, and the So Icy Highlighter. So let me know if you guys have tried these products in the comments below and what your skin type is, and let me know if that weird stuff with the foundation like happened to you too. I'm just curious because, like I said, out of the videos that I did watch, people did mention that, so I just want to know, and I want to know how this wears on oily skin too, since I am dry. So I hope you guys enjoyed this foundation Friday. Well, foundation, concealer, powder, and highlighter Friday. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.